like that. On like that, but then you gotta really go on Twitter. I don't really get messages anymore. So I'm streaming. I'm streaming. Say that. And then tweet that out. Okay. What can go wrong? Like, you got internet. Alright, whatever. I'm sharing my desktop, right? Where am I at? Career account services, delete table entries. That's the Azure function. Yeah, maybe we should test this. So, specification. There's not a test in here for that. Should there be? Why not? Just create a career account services .test. It's a sharp project. No. Test, right? So we do something like this over here. And we say courier dot account services dot test, something like that, right? And okay, like try to make this quick and dirty. What do you want to call this? Call this delete entries for right now. Okay. Is there a setup needed? No. There's no setup needed. Tick, 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 tick. What do you want to call it? Delete entries, something like this, right? Every test has a setup, test, verify. Yeah. So with something like that, right? Okay. So what? What do we really want to test? We really want to test this delete table entries. We want to test that. Can we do it from the scope of Azure function? Oh, no. Can you do it from, where can we do it from? We could do it, we could test it, really this specific method right here. So we got to import Courier Account Data Gateway if we're doing it from our test. Something like that, right? Okay. And we make sure that I am actually streaming, and it says I have someone observing. It's weird because in my stream manager it says 0 viewers, but if I actually tab over in my browser, it says that I have a viewer. Hi, viewer. All right. So, like, did I already add a reference to data gateway? Yeah, I got a reference to data gateway. So this data gateway, my friend, my friend, you got to import this courier account Azure table. Here. Open Azure table. This right here. Sounds right. We probably should import FS unit too, right? So manage NuGet. And we'll navigate to FS unit, something like that, right? Why do I keep having to do this? Stop pointing and Teller it, or whatever it was. What was I pointing to? It was pointing to, yeah, Teller it. Stop doing that. All right, so we installed FS unit for our tests. Okay, sounds like I got some updates in here. Now, do I want to update this? I feel like if I update it, I'm going to break something. Whatever. Update. I thought I said select all update. Come here. All right. Okay, go back. So now what will this? Now what will this? What's our test? Our test is like delete entities and sync, right? That's what we want to test. And it takes I should probably wrap this test in a sync block, right? Something like that. Oh, okay. Now what will this? Now what will this? So we probably can have a, what does that return? It returns a task result, right? Okay. We could say match, and then this is going to take a part. Give me a second. Don't I have some other? Where are we at? What is admin over here? Approval, post approval. Give me a second. Hold up. Oh, stop. Hold up. Where we at? This where's that delete entities at? That's this right here, right? Yeah. So do something like that. Say match, delete entities. I probably gotta add a reference to my spec. Okay. Now, does the spec actually know what a applicant entity is? Do you? It does. I gotta import it though. Come here. Namespace. And then say open. Suppose we could just do that right there, right? We got this partition key. Come here. Partition key. Partition key is a table name. So we could say let partition key equal, and then before we do that, say let I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I'm just gonna go with the flow. All right. We opened up our, that's this right here already, right? Okay. It's applicant tracker. And that's the name of the table. What's the partition key called? It's probably the name of this entity. I would think it would be this. Name of, you would think that I should be able to find this out easily, right? Like these services, there's a register that I should probably be able to figure out NQ applicant. What is NQ? Doesn't seem like it's, yeah, that's service bus related, unless it's doing both. Is it doing both? Let's register, publish registration, and let's see. Yeah, NQ applicant. Where is that actually? This can't be it, dude. Here's the applicant table. Add a sync. That, I mean, this looks like it has to be it. Here's the applicant tracker. Row key. Yeah, here's the partition key right here. Applicant entity. All right, so we'll go back over here. That's it right there, right? Now what? This delete entities is supposed to take a cloud table. All right, how do I do that? I thought there was like an ensure exists, and then this is supposed to be the table name. The table name is applicant tracker. Okay, and it needs the connection string too. Oh, how does this work? This is a test, which means I need to add my own app config. Where's my Azure tests? Service bus. Yeah, I'm not prepared to do that while sharing my desktop. Navigating to the connection string. Go back to my Courier account services, and I mean, we can say let connection string equal, and then we can say connection string, and then whatever this is. All right. Some people would argue, oh, you could use a tuple. I could put this in one line and use a tuple. Or a partition key, cloud table. Oh yeah. I'm up here, right? And so I'm supposed to be doing a connection string and then the table. So over here, let table equal, and then we can say table. That would be applicant tracker, right? So we would do something like this. So we would have a match with, and then that will leave us with a error message, which we'll just fill it, like fill with message. And if it's not an error, then we would have a cloud table. Here, we would have a cloud table that will then be used over here. So you delete entities, takes the partition key as the first argument, and then I don't know what all this other stuff's about. I don't even know what the parentheses is about. I don't know what the comma is about. That right there. And I think we have to say like async dot await task. And then you can say with. And then over here we can say error message. And then you can just say fill with message. And then you can say else okay. And then I don't know. Then I guess we're just good, right? Something like that. So it's delete entities. It's supposed to take partition key. Well, that's what I thought I had right here. It says nope, that's a string. All right, so I say partition key like that, right? And I'll do a backwards pipe. Okay, and the compiler's happy about that line down here. But it says, you know what, we're not happy about the other one. And so this is a task, right? So do a pipe into, and then I say async dot, and then I can say await task, and then hungry hippos. The compiler is happy. Compiler is happy. Hungry hippos. Now what? This is like the overall structure. I gotta get the connection string in here. And so some people would say, oh, Scott, come on, man. You got to be cool. You know, cool people, we do this all on one line. That's what cool people do. And I'm like, oh, I'm cool. I'm just not sure if this is going to look right, you know? I'm not sure if it's going to look right. I want to be cool. Right? I want to be in the in crowd, right? I don't want to be a follower though. I want to be a leader. They say you got to be cool and you got to put it on like one line. I'm like, all right. So experimenting. If I want to be cool, and I have a 3-item tuple, because I'm trying to consolidate all this on one line for the sake of being cool, then I got something like this, and they say, no, Scott, that's supposed to make you cool. And I'm like, nah, son, it doesn't make me cool. It looks like it's something that's forced. So I say, you know what? If cool is right, then I don't want to be wrong. I think I just butchered that. If something is wrong, then I don't want to be. If cool, okay, I don't remember. So we'll keep it like this. You say, no, Scott, you can still be cool. But if you just do table and connection string, then I have two lines. Yeah, no, I'm straight. All right, so we got this over here. Someone tells me I need to add a config file because my Azure tests have an app.config, right? Because that has my key value pairs. But do I really need to? I feel like in Visual Studio you can link, right? You can link that config file. So like you add a. How does this work? I do a Control Shift A, and I should be able to. This isn't working out the way that I planned. If this were C#, I would have an option to add a reference link. That doesn't appear to be an option in this F# project. It doesn't appear to be an option. Does the config file already exist, right? Or hold up, does it? No, it doesn't. We got a JSON file. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's imagine that we had our config file. And we open up that, and there's a config file right there. Put that on a clipboard. Now what, Willis? Well, if we go back to our Courier account services, then we can open up this project over here. We can do a paste of this file like that. All right, that's what cool people do. And I do a Control Shift A like that. And hold up, that must be Control Shift A is add a new file. All right, so what if I just add existing? Is that what I was missing? It doesn't matter because I don't have an app config file regardless. So here's our app config right here. Okay. Now they can say, Scott, you're officially cool. Okay. And so then what? Well, if I reference my Azure tests and how that was used, how can I do this? How is it being pulled in, son? This connection string over here. Yeah. All right. So it says it looks like that. That's how it's done. So I'll do something like this. And this says I guess I have to import a configuration manager, right? All right, so I got to within my tests manage NuGet, and there should be a configuration manager. Yeah, this right here, and we say install. Approaching half an hour. I'm curious if I could squeeze another half an hour and get basically complete an hour for this evening. I got an hour and a half for this morning. Yeah. So then yeah, we should be able to just right click and import that system.configuration. But MongoDB says that when you import, your system references or packages need to be the first things you import. And then your NuGet packages are second, right? Of course, this system.configuration is a NuGet package, but you know what I mean. Okay. So they got the storage connection string. You got the storage connection string, right? That's this right here. Yeah. Are we good? Uh-oh, I don't know. I don't know what that was. All right, so we got this over here. And it looks straight to me. Now remember, this isn't hitting a Azure function. This is hitting the actual operation that function relies on, right? At an implementation detail level, right? And so we can. Why does my stuff always default? How to bring this? Why doesn't this explore? And why do you always we can just have the class, like we don't have to have everything else. Here, we need that. Okay. And so we got this over here. And come here. Delete entries. Are you gonna work? I think you should work. Partition key, check. Table name, check. Connection string, that should be right. Ensure exists, table, product of that operation is the cloud table. We use that cloud table when we call delete entities, when we pass in that partition key. Like, I think this should work. All right, so put a breakpoint right there and right click and say debug. And like you should work. All right. You should work. And you should hit that breakpoint. Come on, you're gonna hit didn't hit the breakpoint. What else do I have to do? Oh, yeah. We gotta pipe that method, that test method into a async dot run synchronously. Okay. And then this red squiggly should go away. Hungry hippos. And then something like my arrow keys. I like having these lined up like that. Okay. And something's not right. Source file is different. Would you like to use it? No, I don't want to use a debugger. What up? Control Shift B. And then debug. All right. Should probably put a breakpoint right here too. Object reference not set to an instance. Storage connection string. You should work because I copy and pasted you. Now the question is the file, the properties right for that file? So I'll do what is it? Alt F4? Yeah. Code action, copy to output directory. I'm not sure if that's right. If we go over here, Alt F4, properties. Oh, did it just crash? It just crashed. Okay. Bring you back up. How do you just want to crash when I navigate to the properties of that file? Where's that app config at? This right here. Let's try this one more time. Alt F4. You gonna crash again? It crashes. All right. Okay. Let's try this for a third time, and we won't use the shortcut key. I just want to look at the properties of the file, figure out if I feel like it's supposed to be copied over, right? Let me see. If I right click and go to properties, are you going to crash? Nope. Okay. Build action none. Do not copy. Yeah, that looks fine. Now, something I have to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I need to examine this file. Okay. Ooh, one thing I do notice, aren't we on like .NET 5? Hey, I'm streaming right now. Can I call you back in like half an hour? All right, see. All right. So that config looks straight. Looks straight. I could start sharing my screen again. Sure. Come here, Willis. All right. So it looks straight. Um, hmm. We'll go back to my courier account services. Um, let's. I don't know. Oh, this should work. How many times have you heard that before? This should work. I mean, but I'm the one that wrote it, so it really should work. Go back to my test explorer. Mm, I don't know why. I don't know why you're not working. I really don't know. Hold up. If I go, the out config is at the end. Does that matter? It shouldn't, right? Like the way they have it, they have program.fs and then they have app config after program.fs. I say they and it's I'm the one that wrote it, right? Um, I feel like it. I feel like it shouldn't matter. Let's try it like that. Okay. Configuration manager document. Like it doesn't know anything. So this is really how I want to spend my next half an hour. Configuration manager. and then say I got some points. Okay. What are the answers? You need to read app settings key as follows. They say .app settings. In there, they had connection strings. So you're saying you got to use app settings. So you're seeing below. So why is it changing all of a sudden? All right, so let's do what they suggested, which doesn't really make sense to me why that will work. But I mean, we could try it. Okay, and what's the other part? There is no other part. Yeah. No, it's still null. Yeah, so that didn't work. The sample app config that they have is this. That doesn't make sense to me. All the stuff that. What are some other answers on here? Under the startup project. Unless add connection to the app config and let's cancel that. Oh, console app. Okay. And I think this test project is just a standard library. I don't think it's a no, it's a console app. Okay. It is necessary to add the connection to the app config in the console app, as it will not find it in your library. Oh, okay. So it's saying that you gotta throw it in there too. Um, do I really want to go through all this? Like, I don't want to go through all this. I thought it would be easier if I just test the implementation detail instead of the Azure function. I feel like, no, it's not. So I'm going to scratch this. Some of this is salvageable. I feel like speech delivery.admin. Yeah, I feel like this is it, man. Let's make this ignore. Maybe like ignore with parentheses and then some quotes. And then say connection, string, issues, something like that. Control Shift B. And so we're going to do this test from a different solution, from a client that actually hits the endpoint, whereas what I attempted to do or just failed was actually writing a test on the endpoint itself. Now, why did I do that? Why did I go from here to the actual endpoint itself? One is because I needed to register. Yeah, this is just a proof. What's this request over here? That courier app. Where's the courier app? Where's speechdelivery.courier? This account, data gateway, post, application. Do I have a test for that one? This is test API account. .mock. Okay. .mock. Something like that. I mean, I guess I could run this. Yeah. Why is it doing all this? I'm gonna hang it up again, man. Hold up. This address, resource, payload. Why do we care about a topic subscription? Why do we care about this? Why do I care about this? This is a singleton. I don't understand. Why am I calling this? And where is it being called from? Why? How do I want to do the find on it? Entire solution. I know. It's not showing me anything. Can I just blow through it? No. Let's debug this again. It didn't even hit this. I guess static gets called first. Okay, here's another way of trying to troubleshoot this. You comment this out. And then do Control-Shift-B. Tapping out, man. Building. And it's building. Something's not right. Why is it still building? Okay. I commented out instance that's not being used. It's still built. What if I commented out this whole topic subscription? Huh? Comment that whole thing. I'm gonna figure out who's a client to this. Tapping out. I don't think there's any clients to this. It just built regardless. Okay, well, fine. Debug. Let's try to run the stuff again. Which is weird. Okay, do I really have to do a rebuild? Let's see. Oh. I'm talking about. I feel like I should have had a package delivered today. But, um, oh, okay. All right, so I rebuilt the whole solution. Now, are you going to break somewhere or pass? No. Um, I don't understand. What's happening? Cost that? Okay. Mm, all right, it breaks. One or more errors. Okay. That's all you're going to tell me. All right, that's a little bit better. Do that right there. This right here. This right here. Let's see if this register actually gets triggered. Nicola. Right where I am. Oh well, the service wasn't running. All right, well that makes sense. Now let's try our test. in this window. We get a message. One or more errors occurred. Okay. Well, what's the inner exception? Error occurred while sending the request. Unable to connect to a remote server. Okay. There's a couple things we need to work on. ex.get base exception, then say message. Oh, like that, and then say message. And you probably have to do something like that. Okay. Oh, a couple things I want to do. You, my friend. Looks like you're not being used. The service is running. I don't care anymore. I'll put in my time. I'll tackle this tomorrow morning. All right, observer. That's all. We'll catch up. Bye.